welcome back to Single Mom's Homestead. I'm going to let you in on a little family secret tonight. Every time we go to any family functions, my cobbler is always requested. It's everybody's favorite. I have to make it every Tuesday for the soup kitchen, and everybody seems to really like it. The secret they don't know is it's not from scratch. Now, I don't tell them that it is from scratch or it's not from scratch. I just take it. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to make a wonderful cobbler that's not from scratch. But if I ever find one that'll beat this, I'll make it from scratch. But so far, this is the best cobbler I've ever made. So we start with a cup of baking mix, and then we're going to add a half a cup of sugar. To the half of cup of sugar, we're going to add a quarter of a cup of butter. Now what I do is I slice up my butter so it'll be easier to blend with the pastry cutter. And it's best if it's at room temperature. That way it's easier to blend. Okay, then get out your pastry cutter if you have one. If not, a fork will do. And just blend it together. Now this is going to be a recipe for 1/2 of the cobbler crust. I make 2 of them, and I've tried doubling the recipe and just making both at once, but for some reason it just doesn't work out. So you just have to make them individually. It's a little bit of a pain, but it's not that much of a pain, really. Okay, see how everything's just blending in and all together? I do hate when the butter is not room temperature and it gets settled on the side of the pastry cutter. You have to get a knife after it to get it out of the nooks and crannies and start again. So just get the ones that was cut on your pastry cutter and blend them in. Okay, next we're going to add the half and half. And that is a 1/4 cup of half and half. just take a spoon, and at first you'll knead it together, but before it's all said and done, you're going to end up having to put your fingers in it and combine it. You also need to add a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. I usually put more than a 1/4 teaspoon. Kind of mix that in with that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get our hands in it and we're going to form it into a ball. And believe me, your hands get nasty. But it's so good. Okay. So we're kneading it into a ball. You just kind of lump it over because there's still a lot of like liquid in there, so you want to catch all the liquids in. And it takes a few minutes to get everything incorporated and make your ball to come together. Alright guys, when I get it shaped into a ball, I will bring you back and show you what it looks like, and then I'll make another pie crust and I'll bring you back then too. Okay? Alright, see you in a few. Okay guys, so this is what the crust looks like once it's formed. Now you're going to put it into the refrigerator and let it cool or get frosty while you're making your other crust, okay? And I'll bring you back after both crust or the other crust is made. Okay guys, I'm back, and I have our 2 things of dough right here, and they have chilled in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. I preheated the oven to 375, and just in case, because I get nervous when I do my cooking videos, or any videos for that matter, I want to make sure that I gave you the recipe. So it's 1 cup of baking mix, a 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of butter sliced at room temperature, a 1/4 cup of half and half, and a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, but like I said, I add more. It just tastes better that way. Alright, so when you get your crust out of the refrigerator, you could take the time to roll it out and get it all nice and pretty, but I don't have time for that. Never do. So I do like a patchwork type crust. And I'll kind of show you how I do that. I just take a piece off. Let me see if I can adjust so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so I just take a piece off, just like this, and I take it in my hand and I press it. I just press it down. Can you see? And then I just plop it down. And now I'll go back and do some more. Keep pressing and patching. The best way to describe this crust is like a sugar cookie crust. It's really good. And I'm going to show you how I'm patching this together here. There's usually leftovers from the crust, but my kids absolutely love this crust, so they end up eating it. It doesn't have any egg or anything in it, so it doesn't hurt them. Although I don't really think, I don't know, I ate cake batter and cookie batter my whole life when I was growing up and never got sick off of having raw eggs in there. Okay, still patching. After I get this done, I'll show you how after it bakes, what it looks like. So this is, I'm about through with my first ball. So it makes extra, like I said, and the kids love to eat it. But just one doesn't make enough, you know. So I go back through with little pieces and kind of patch up the holes. Now you're going to cook this for 25 to 30 minutes on 375. Now you don't have to go back through and patch all these holes if you don't want to, because most likely when it bakes it's going to come together anyway. But I kind of like to do that. And I try not to lay too much on, to double layer it, because it might not get done, you know, in that part. But a little bit won't hurt it. Alright guys, I will bring you back when it comes out of the oven. if I could press the button because I got cookie dough or crust dough all over me. Okay, this is what it looks like, guys, when you pull it out. It kind of looks like it's a patchwork type of crust. And it is so good. So let me see if I can kind of pull it down to where you can see the side too. Let's see. Can you see the side? So the crust just sits on top, but it's not a real thick crust. Okay guys, I hope you like my cobbler recipe. Give me a comment, like, and let me know what you think. Try it out and let me know how it tastes for you. Talk to you soon. Bye.